Welcome to SOS with Sharon. Good evening. I am Sharon, and today is the number 9 session, webinar, and I'm glad you are here. You don't have to show face, or you can choose to show face, or you don't have to show face throughout. You can show face at certain time. It is fully up to you. There will not be any photo taking, and this webinar is recorded. It will be up on YouTube later. Okay. So welcome, welcome. I'm so excited you are here. Okay, we will wait for more to come in, but I will first start with the session. Okay, please mute yourself when you come in and pay full attention during this 90-minute session. And you can type your questions in the chat box. And in the chat box, I put in my contact number and also the private Telegram group. So make sure you join my private Telegram group, follow that link, and you can post your question or baby cries or video or noise or their behavior on the Telegram group. That's where I will prioritize and answer your question first in the during the webinar. Okay, before I take in a question from the members who are joining me during the webinar. So I would give priority to those who post question first in the Telegram group. Okay, because I know that you will need my attention. Okay, so who is this webinar for? This is for anyone with a newborn less than 4 months old. Why 4 months old? Because we cannot sleep train our baby less than 4 months old. Okay, ideally it's above 6 months, but we can create good habit, good sleep routine. And if you are pregnant, yeah, so if you have other friends who are pregnant, you can also invite them in to this webinar. Okay. And are you a parent who need to find better sleep? Okay, once you can settle your baby using the WORDS technique, you will be able to find better sleep for both you and your baby. Okay, and if you have a crying baby who is not sleeping well, this is the webinar for you. You will learn a lot of baby tips and mommy care tips in the webinar. So whatever is your concern or whatever challenges you are facing or any doubts before you birth your baby or you already have your baby in arms, okay, you can post your concern, your questions in the private Telegram group. Okay. So a little about me. Let me introduce myself. I am Sharon, and I'm an international certified baby listener, which means to say I listen to your baby. So if you were to ask me, so why do your baby like wake up at night? I won't be able to answer you unless you show me video recording of minimum 20 seconds of your baby behavior. Okay, because I'm a baby listener, not a parent listener. I can't base on what you describe or just a general question, and I can be specific enough to tell you what is exactly going on with your baby. I need baby videos, okay? But please remember, when your baby is already crying, don't need to wait until the bloody murder, the cry murder episode or the hysterical cry or the screaming, shouting. Before that, please tune in, at least calm down your baby first, and then re-tune in and listen to what your baby is trying to tell you. By listening, by observing. Observe what cues, sign, reflex. Okay? So, and from day one, tune into your baby. From day one, it is easier that way. If you have confinement nanny or you have help around at home, your job is actually to bond and connect with your baby. And first 2 to 3 weeks, do more skin-to-skin contact with your baby so that it is easier for you to catch what your baby wants before the hysterical cry, before the crying. So when you're so used to it, you will be able to kind of figure it out better. Okay, remember, you are never a bad parent when you have a crying baby. Okay, we are just first-time parent. So we are always first-time parent when we have second baby. We are the first-time parents when we have a third baby. Every new baby that comes along make us a new parent because there are so much new things to learn. The first baby, the second baby, how to be a mother of two, how to be a mother of three. Okay, so remember, you are not a bad parent if you have a crying baby. Okay, the easier way is to tune in from day one. Okay, after confinement, nanny leave or what, it will be harder for you to tune. Understand? It is much harder because panic, anxious, nervous already, and then a bit overwhelmed. Those are very, very common emotions of first-time new mom, especially because by then the husband may have already gone back to work, and we can never leave a new mother with a new baby. It is too much for a one-person job. Too much. All right. So remember, I'm a baby listener. I don't base on what you tell me about your baby. I need to hear that from your baby. Okay. So why choose a certified baby listener? Because after the training, after we got certified, okay, we continue to upgrade and learn through work experience. Okay, and believe me, when you have a baby, everybody will have something to share with you. Even if they are not married, or they are married but they don't have a baby yet, or when they are just single, no experience with babies at all, they will also have something to share with you. Like, why is your baby crying like that? Why is your baby doing like that? And then what you should do, you know? It is actually endless of the guessing game. Okay, welcome. Who is there? Let me see who joined us. Oh, Bao Bao ah. Welcome. Are you first time here, Bao Bao? Tell me are you expecting, are you pregnant? When is your EDD date? Or are you new parent with a young baby? I think my something is with, yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm glad you are here. I think you need to type because I don't show my, I can hear you 哎。I can hear you.
Hello，可以吗？
可以我可以听到你讲话哎。我刚才以为
今天有空
今天有空，你是第一次参加
呀？
不是？
对
你是第一次参加，你是不是那位来不及上课的那位？
，Toastmaster 对
对很好。OK， 就
呀，
你可以 show face 或者你可以关掉，或者随时，因为这个 recording 对吗？会在 YouTube 的会在 YouTube。所以你要
OK，
知道，如果放孩子出生之后，你放 baby 的哭声给我听，在WhatsApp 那个不是 WhatsApp 那个 private Telegram group， 我会把它拉上来这一边，所以每个人会看到。然后它最后会在 YouTube 的所以这个要记得 ，OK。不然的话就是private consultation。OK， 谢谢你参加。
客气。
呀，太兴奋了。所以，你先生也在对吗？
我先生在做工。
他在做工。
他在上班。
比你忙
对。
他比你忙。OK，so
对，我比我忙。
So 你就 mute yourself Okay, so
Wow.
why choose a certified baby listener? I will continue to upgrade and learn. And also, not only my past 10 years of experience working with first-time mother and babies, I keep learning because at certain time, right, it seems like feeding issue. And then recently, um, I most of the babies that I see, right, their concern is actually not feeding, it's actually burping. Yeah, so it's keep changing, keep updating, including my class PPT slide also keep changing because need to be updated. Yeah, need to be updated. So this being a baby listener, right? This is international thing. It is not only for a particular ethics group or a particular country. It is international. Okay, it is international. How the baby express will be the same, will be the same, but with the same qualification, with the same certification and work experience, when I go to a new country, okay, how baby express will be the same, but the issue, how to say, the concern that parents are facing may be different. Why? Why is there a difference when baby will say the same thing? It is because a kind of like in countries like in Japan or in Korea or Hong Kong, where the house is small, okay, house is small, everyone will keep close to the baby because the house is small. Whereas in Singapore, it's like you can put your baby in another separate room. So then how will parents be able to tune into their baby if baby is in a separate room? It's too far, too far. So there will be a like different challenge parents are facing. You understand? If I go to another country, it is international. What babies say, the specific sound signature is the same. It will not change because you speak a different language. It will not change because you are in a different location in the world. It will not change. It will still remain the same. But what is different is also our lifestyle. Why so many bloody murder and crime murder episodes and all that? You need to understand because baby is in the same environment as the mother. It's inside us. It's in the same environment. When we have work stress and we are rushing here and then baby will be in the whole system. If your nervous system is always like very nervous, the fight and fright response, right? Baby will be also like that. It is the same environment. So countries where they really focus on like a slower pace, pregnant woman getting more rest and prioritize the rest and all that, of course then baby will behave in a different way. Okay, don't have so much of screaming and all that. Why do babies scream? Because there's a need not met and the needs becomes more urgent. And one word, there are basic 5 words, but there are combination of cries. There are combination of cries. So tune in, hear how your baby express the needs, the need to be burped, hungry, need to sleep, discomfort, tummy ache. Hear how the baby responds. Okay, that will make it easier. When baby cry for the whole month, there will be more complication already. It's not a single need. So it becomes like when I see a baby, right, within say 3 to 5 minutes, within say 3 to 5 minutes, I can do already 4 things. Yeah. So it is like, what do you hear most from your baby, from the language, from the sound signature, from your observation? And then I can already do one thing, eliminate, okay, done, settle. and then another thing comes out, another thing. It's not like, oh, this is what hungry, and then it's hungry, that's it. It's not like that. Sometimes it's like that. Okay, it's not a single need. It is one need after the other within a short time. Okay, as soon as you can settle, baby will be able to feel comfortable, and then eventually we want baby to sleep well, so everyone can get enough rest as well. So it is that is the difference. Yeah. So learning from a certified baby listener is there is filtration. There is so much information out there. Okay, I'm there to filter for you. Okay, certain things shared may not be accurate. There is a better method. Okay, then I will share the better method instead of like the old method. All right, there's always better method. That's why we always need to upgrade. Yeah. Understand so far? Good. Okay. Let me introduce what I do. I do basically three things. One is sleep well, one-to-one private consultation. I specialize in baby less than 4 months old when you cannot sleep train yet. Okay, let me ask you, if you are tired, do I need to sleep train you to sleep? Put in the chat box. Like, it seems like ridiculous, right? I ask this question. But that's exactly like less than 4 months old baby. Why you cannot sleep train? Okay, put in the chat box. When you are tired, do I need to sleep train you to sleep? Okay, type N for no. It is pretty straightforward, right? Yeah. So how do you get your baby to sleep well? You need to get them well fed. You need to make them comfortable, and when they are just starting to feel tired, you must keep physically close to them. Then you can respond fast. Okay. And another thing I do is, some of you are my student here. I conduct sleep well newborn preparation classes. Okay, on a monthly basis. And because of my difficult postnatal recovery, I tried different therapies, physical, energy, and emotional therapies to regain my health. So then I also specialize in postnatal recovery using moxibustion warm therapy and also the V-steaming. I like to call it the womb steam because postnatal, you can actually, the steam can actually reach out all the way until the womb. Okay. So let me share a little bit of what I do, and then before we move on. So this is facial posing. 嗰個手得。Okay, so this is also, I also do facial bone alignment. That is after baby is born. Before you go back to work, do facial and also do some bone alignment if you like. And my client actually asked me, how come I got so much strength to you know, to do on the face. Actually, it is not using muscle strength. It's using a little bit of like body weight. Okay, it really makes your face, like recently 2 days ago I had a facial client, and her face, she's only in her mid-30s, but once the right side more how to say, more swollen, like more saggy than the left side. So then I say do the facial posing and also do the alignment. Then the effect is very good. Then I ask her to sit up and then see the difference. It's actually better. It's more balanced after that, and then the face can look small. So those are very important things to do before you go back to work. And go for hairdo as well. Okay? Yeah, freshen up a bit, freshen up a bit. And this is Moxie. Okay, Moxie is very, very suitable for postnatal mother to expel wind, coldness, especially the cesarean case or where you have epidural. This is like the perfect because there will be like bloatedness, yeah, and because of the epidural, because there's numbness, right? So the qi and the blood is not flowing well. That's why numb. Then it can result in cold hands and feet for some people. So anything that is going to be warm, right? Anything that is warm is going to help postnatal recovery. And V-steam and moxibustion warm therapy is the most powerful therapies you can go for. Okay, after the moxibustion warm therapy, I will do belly wrapping for you as well. So those are some of the things that I do. Okay, I will not go into details of this, but it is really highly recommended. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. When to do it, you can rent the full set from me. And for cesarean, 6 weeks after. For natural birth, first 2 days you can use seat bath. Thereafter, you have to promote to the steaming. Okay, seat bath is not enough for postnatal recovery, only the first 2 days. Okay, it is very, very super beneficial for PALS to prevent prolapse and all that. For healthy menses return later on, there's no brown blood, only fresh blood. It is very super important. All right, and let me share a little small things that I do. Very, very interesting. Okay, one thing about baby hair shaving, if your baby is very sensitive to the touch on the head, okay, don't do the baby hair shaving because they will scream. They will cry throughout and they will scream at certain point. Okay, head is the first to come out during birth, whether it's cesarean or natural birth. So some babies can be quite sensitive to the touch on the head. And when we shave, it's like a 5 minutes and all that. Don't bring your baby for hair shaving if your baby is sensitive to the touch on the head. Okay. I have podcasts you can listen to on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. The title is Every Mother Matters. Okay, I also share a little bit on my story, and episode 9 is Birch Flower Remedy. Why do I recommend Birch Flower Remedy? Is because I myself is I'm a very emotional person, or you call it the hard person, or you call it the perfectionist, or the good person, or the so-called the loving person. Okay, and people like me, I will not have too much of logical thinking. It's very emotional, and birch flower is handling the emotional part, especially anytime actually during pregnancy, during childbirth, after baby is born, yeah, our emotions can go up and down. Baby blues and all that is quite normal, but just that we need to keep it in a manageable level. Okay, so who will need help, and why do I recommend? Because people who have logical thinking, no problem. You know, they get over things very easily because they have logical thinking. But for people like me who are very emotional, then we will need some recommendation of what type of therapies are more suitable, because I tried many in the past. All right? So I hope to help a little bit. If you have any questions so far, please type on the inside the chat. Okay, I hope everybody is with me. Are you all with me or not? Everyone is so quiet. Everyone is so quiet. Oh, yeah, okay, good. So why am I doing this webinar? This is a circle of support for first-time parents to meet every Thursday. So I hope to support you during pregnancy all the way until baby first few months, okay, until they are born. Stay and leave anytime you wish. When you find it relevant, just stay on, okay? This is something I really want to do for a long time, because I have so much thing to share, so much knowledge and information to share, and I don't want you to go through the same mistake and stress like me in the past to learn. And we never learn it very right, actually, never. The more I learn about baby and mommy care, right, the more I don't know. And there's always a new method, a better method, an improved method. Okay, yeah. So there's never ending to learning. And I already help you filter up certain information. And it's good to have someone to talk to. Like when many years back when I had my babies, right, I need to there was this need that I need to talk to adults, not only always facing my baby. Can get a bit overwhelming for myself also. Yeah. So this is a platform, this is a webinar that is perfect for that purpose. All right. So remember, you scroll up on the chat box, find the link. If you are not in my private Telegram group yet, do click on the link to join the private Telegram group. And whatever things you want to find out, you can also tap on my WhatsApp handphone number on WhatsApp to find the catalog and the course detail. Okay. This webinar is not a substitute for my formal class, and it is not a substitute for the private one-to-one consultation. Okay. So, okay, this is our number 9 webinar. Newborn preparation classes, yeah. Keep practicing until you birth your baby. Okay, now you need to rest. So ideally is to attend classes 1 or 2 months before, complete the full course 1 or 2 months before your EDD date. Because the last month of your EDD date, you can feel a bit overwhelmed, too much thing to do, your work, your home, and then preparing for baby stuff and all that. And it's very tiring. You need to go to hospital for checkup every week. So it's very packed already. It's already very packed. All right. So don't wait until the last minute. It's going to be very tiring, very tiring. And childbirth itself takes, natural birth takes like 12. Smooth, easy, fast labor will take about 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours. 顺产都要3-4个钟头。Normal is about 12 to 19 hours. We need to reserve our energy for that. And thereafter is a 24 hours round the clock baby care. So it is quite a lot of things going on. Yeah, so last 1 month need to rest because of that. Everyone is good? So, okay. How do I help you with the decoding the baby cry, I'm using baby first 5 words. The first 5 words, the WORDS standing. So W stands for what or why. The O stands for observe. We don't just watch. We need to pick out what are the signs. We need to know what are the tired cues. We need to know what are the overstimulation cues. We need to know what are the disengagement cues. So we watch for the cues, we watch for the sign. We watch for the reflex. Okay? When you remember there's an equation, remember whatever you decode, the equation must be equal. If it is not, then it is not that cry. Understand? So R stands for what? When you observe, then you be ready to respond. Don't jump into decoding. After the class, before you birth your baby, Google on YouTube, baby cry, twins crying, hungry babies or whatever. Okay, tune in, practice tuning in. Hear what you can hear the most. Okay, don't go for the difficult one. Hear what you can hear the most. If you can't catch it, then what do you do? What do you do? Okay, go through the manual and then revise it. It will be very helpful, and tune in from day one for my student. All right, because some of you here are my students. Remember, don't jump into decoding, because when you jump into decoding, your suckling techniques will be wrong. Okay. So when you're unsure, always calm your baby down first. Baby will keep repeating until the need is met. Avoid that crying, because once they open their mouth, they will ingest wind. Okay. So then when they ingest wind, they are hungry. They can't feed a full feed because air bubbles is taking up space in the stomach. And when you don't know how to burp enough the first 2 weeks, as soon as 2 to 3 weeks, baby can really get colic. A lot of things is happening within that 2 weeks. Right after birth, that few minutes until the first 2 weeks, baby has already gone through quite a lot of things. Okay? Yeah. So keeping the baby comfortable is the priority. And once you decode it accurately, the speed of using suckling techniques must be fast. If you, for example, you need 10 minutes to warm up your milk, please factor in that time. Okay? Know when to expect baby to wake up. Know when to expect baby to be tired. Okay? It's not possible that baby don't sleep. And baby won't be able to sleep on their own without help. So that's also very tricky. That's also very tricky. They need our help with everything. From keeping them clean, fresh, comfortable, the feeding, the burping, change in position. Sometimes can be uncomfortable in the position. Tired, they also need you to help. Tummy discomfort, need you to do the tummy massage. Okay, and then the hungry can mean a few different things. Doesn't mean when they are hungry you feed. It can mean a few different things. Why baby is not drinking milk when they are hungry? Okay, why baby refuse to drink milk but showing cues of hunger? Okay, so when we tune into baby and respond fast from day one, right, complication won't happen. If not, combination of cries can actually be a bit tricky to first-time parents. That's why I'm here to help. Okay. So when you decode accurately, okay, you don't have to feed your baby when your baby wants a comfort latch before sleep. So if you think that baby is hungry, but feed milk don't want, like who feeds also matters. Okay, and sometimes baby is not hungry but just want to be close to mother or feel some comfort latch to sleep. By 3.5 months, don't do comfort latch already, because they are of a good size. They don't have to. They cannot keep on drinking extra 5-10 meals of milk before sleep. It can cause digestion issue as well. Okay. And don't keep changing breast. Don't keep changing breast. And remember, the first few days is the cholesterol, and then 4th to 5th day when the white milks come in, around 4, 5 days, 6 days when the white milk comes in, you can actually get engorged, and within a week you can get engorged. So always remember, get help to massage your breast to prevent. Because I ever massage the client's breast, she couldn't hold her tears back. Too painful, and the tears just like flow. And then I paused for a while, I continued to massage her, and then she couldn't hold her tears again, and then she cried again. Okay, so then when I go to another breast to massage, the same thing happened. So cried 2 times again. So prevent that. What is more painful than childbirth is very engorged breast. I just touch you like that only, I tell you, you'll be in tears already. So that one cannot massage, go hospital. So prevent that. Prevent that. Okay. So I specialize in using WORDS technique. This is what I created so that my student will understand it better, like how to apply it, how to make the system work. Yeah. This is what I created for better, easy learning. So remember, the first few months, 4 months especially to 6 months, it is sleep well is the result of all things done right for newborn babies. Okay, a newborn in a new world is already overwhelming. We want to make them as comfortable as possible, just like in the womb-like environment. When baby is well fed, not overfeeding, not under, okay, baby is comfortable. And the most important timing is what? When baby is just starting to feel tired, like yawning, stretching, like arching the back, like a little bit pulling of ears, rubbing of eyes kind. Okay, yawning, looks tired. Okay, there's a certain time. Take note of the waking up time and the tired time. So over time they will keep changing because it will get longer and longer. That is where between 4 months to 6 months, right, you don't really need to wake up to feed them. They will be able to sleep like 5 hours or longer. When they are well fed in the daytime, waking time, and when they are comfortable. Just when they are just starting to feel tired, it is very easy to settle the baby to sleep. Okay, do I need to sleep train the baby during this time when they are just starting to feel tired, they are well fed, they are comfortable? No, you just need to rock them. You don't pet them, you just rock them. Rock them, put them side lying down, and then slowly turn to the front to sleep. Okay? Any questions so far? Everybody with me? Is everyone with me? So this is what I really specialize in. Whatever I teach, whatever I do, whether it's swaddling, practical hands-on, baby massage and all that, eventually, or using the WORDS technique, eventually the whole course is about getting baby and first-time parents to sleep well, especially the first 4 months. Okay. Thereafter, why is baby so well dressed up? Thereafter, when parents go back to work, right, you can be as productive and efficient as before. So sleep is really the fundamental medicine. And when baby get enough sleep, they are not fussy, they are not cranky. What happens is when baby is not sleeping enough due to any discomfort, due to hungry or underfeeding or overfeeding, okay, or overstimulation, disengagement cues you never catch up, already overstimulated, harder for the baby to fall asleep. And then what happens is lack of sleep, and when baby is lack of sleep, what happens? They'll be wrongly labeled as fussy, cranky babies, but simply because they are just lack of sleep. And sleep really improve relationships and also your memory and also so many things. So sleep is really important. Any questions so far? Everybody is good? So the topic for this week. It's okay not to show face because this will eventually go into the recording on the YouTube. Okay. I can see the number of participants here. So topic for this week, do you need to wake your baby up to feed? This is like commonly asked question by parents. Like many parents ask this question. Okay, as a discussion, we can discuss about this. Okay, but when you were to ask me specifically for your baby, then I need video to see when to wake the baby up to feed and when you can let your baby just sleep. Okay, as a general discussion, we can discuss. Okay, so I will discuss these 6 topics. These 6 topics for today. So let's go. Do you need to wake your baby up to sleep? Let me know, 宝宝，你觉得呢？你觉得怎么样？你需要叫醒你的 baby 来喂奶吗？你觉得？
我觉得不要啊。
不要哈。你觉得不要的原因是什么？的原因是什么？
可以给他睡就睡久一点的。
他可以睡久一点的。Okay, Win. What about Win? What is your you attended my class 啊？让我们听听不同人的回答。What do you think? Win, are you there? You can unmute or you can put in the chat box. 有时候他们怀孕啊会累，或者有些人他们baby 生出来了，他们得去照顾那个 baby 一下子，所以不一定是一直在laptop 前面还是 computer 前面。突然间这样子 ，speaker point， type in the chat box。不问有时候不知道的，不知道他们到底有什么想法。So the thing is, do you need to wake your baby up to feed? Okay, Papa is saying we don't wake them up because let them sleep as much as they can. Okay, my answer is first 2 weeks especially when you are in the hospital, you need to wake your baby up to feed. 宝宝，你听懂吗？你知道为什么吗？ You know why you need to wake your baby up to feed? When you don't feed regularly on a certain hours, right? Interval, the jaundice level can be very high, and then baby can lose weight, and then the hospital wants to feed formula, and once they are under phototherapy, right? They can be very like too sticky to wake up on you. So latching is not possible already. So you want to maintain the weight, and then you want the jaundice level to be low. So the first few days, especially in the hospital, is very important that you must wake your baby up like 3 hourly, okay, to feed. I ever massaged a client right on the 2nd day after birth in the hospital before the COVID time. When I was massaging her, I asked her like how long did her baby slept, and then she told me like more than 3 hours. So 3.5 hours, I try to wake the baby up, and the baby was like, wow, very tired. Then I realized as I continue to massage her breast, wow, her milk supply really, really like waterfall like that. So the baby, it can last the baby longer. Basically, in milk coma, still haven't digested it yet. So, like, what is the exact interval? Look at the individual baby. But when you don't wake the baby up to feed, they will, after the first latch colostrum, they will sleep for 10 hours. They thought they are still inside the womb, they need to wake up. By the time they wake up, baby will show sign of hunger, 很饿了那时候，因为10多个钟头没有吃东西，已经是很饿了。And then baby can be crying already. And that is when, wow, you panic, you know, I have enough milk or not, then you know how to latch and all that, 你就会 panic. Then hospital 很容易就是，哎呀，不要这样难啊，就是不要这样麻烦啊，就是直接喂 formula 咯，maintain 那个 jaundice level 什么，就会很 stress。所以你刚开始头2个星期，你一定是要叫醒你的 baby 来喂奶的。Because the first 2 weeks, they need to gain back their birth weight. 你明白吗？ They will lose about 10% of the birth weight due to the black poo, the extra fluid that the mother is taking, and then during birth and all that. So extra fluid will also go to the baby. And then so baby will naturally lose weight. This is normal. But regardless of whatever reason for the weight loss, the hospital will take 10% of the birth weight as the benchmark. So if your baby is 3 kilo, the 10% is like 300 grams. The 300 grams is a big thing. So it's like if the baby is, if you don't feed, the weight is getting closer to the 10% weight loss, the 300 gram, then going down, then they quickly got to take action already. So you need to wake your baby up to feed. 明白吗，宝宝 ？OK 了，你没有听到啊？
有听到。
呀，所以这个是重要的。
Okay.
Thereafter, right? You cannot. You have to observe. After 2 weeks is a kind of they wake up from their birth. 2 to 3 weeks they wake up from their birth. They can also like demand for more milk during that time. So the regular feeding, first 2 weeks, after that, different story already. Don't expect your baby to behave the way they behave in the first 2 weeks. Like forever, like very, very good timing, you know, 3-4 hours feed one time or okay. When you latch, you have to feel how well is the suction and the sucking. Okay, the strong suck, a few suck, pause, swallow, breathe. They are all new to this. Okay, they cannot be hurried to drink milk. It takes time because this is new. They need to learn how to breathe. They need to learn how to swallow, and then to suck, pause. You know, it's a new thing to them. So, and baby, first 2 weeks they also fall asleep very easily on our chest, right? Yeah, because of mother smell, because of the same heartbeat, same muscle tone, and all that. So, Papa, you can also re-listen. I will post in the Telegram group a summary of like SOS first, second, third until today, all the links to the webinar recording, and then you can actually go back to listen to it. You will learn all different things. Okay, all different. But remember, it is not a substitute for my class. After baby is born, you can still sign up for the class. Okay, so I can better support you after that. Because without knowledge, it's going to be hard. And this is really not a substitute. What I share is only how many percent of my course. Understand? This is general sharing. But it's already very, you learn a bit of things already, right? 对吗？ Okay. 跟你的想法不一样哦。What we think and what is in actual fact is different. Okay. And when we never take course, right, we never know what we miss. And first child do the things right for first child, especially the advanced class where you access the video recording, right? It prepares you for childbirth. It is not a childbirth class, but why do I have the advanced class certain module that is talking about childbirth? That is because when I was massaging my prenatal client, towards their EDD, they show a kind of fear building up, uncertainty, anxiety building up. Not really a scared lah, but then like fear of the unknown. So then when I brief them through, right, a little bit, they feel more at ease, they feel more relaxed. And childbirth, you need relaxation. And then the breathing techniques and all that. So you can access through the recording, you can go for that first, and then join the weekly webinar, and then thereafter, after baby is born, right, because you are home, the husband can also access the video recording to learn first. If you can't join the live Zoom class, that's what I recommend. It is very important to learn something so that you avoid the stress, the mistakes that most first-time parents make. And eventually, whatever it is, it will affect baby's sleep and how well we can take care of baby. And it's definitely not like what we think. Because last time I didn't feel the need to take baby course. I prepare myself all the way until childbirth and then full stop. That's why and my baby wasn't gassy type, you know. Wasn't like got feeding issue, got gas trap-in issue. No, they were actually very easy to take care of babies. But because I was over worried, like over small things, I was over worried. So then eventually, like plus the night feeding and all that, right? No baby knowledge. I make a big mess. You listen to my podcast, you will know. Every mother matters. And postnatal mother health and wellness, emotional health, physical health, mental health. We need happy mother. Yeah, the baby need happy mother. The family need happy mother. So do things right from the start for first baby. If not, it drags on to a second baby. It's a different skill set. When you have second one coming, it's a different skill set. Okay. Thereafter, there will be times when they need more regular feeding. There will be times when there's such thing called like milk strike, nursing strike, where they totally don't want to feed at all. But when they are ready to feed, you must be ready to spot it and then feed the baby. And the interval can be getting longer and longer. Okay. And you cannot overfeed. You cannot overfeed because overfeed will cause digestion issue. So then after 2 weeks, right, you need to tune in and then see if everything is okay. They will not be fussy. There won't be any witching hours from late afternoon to evening to night time. Okay, if everything is okay. During that time, if baby fasts a lot, it doesn't mean that baby is hungry. It looks like hungry, but may not be. Okay, so it is quite tricky. Tricky. As your baby is growing, if your baby sleep well, leave your baby to sleep. When they wake up, body relaxed, looking around, that is perfect. Papa, just like what you expected, is okay. If your baby is screaming, shouting, crying, very highly unsettled when they wake up, something is wrong. You may need to wake your baby up 15 minutes earlier to feed before they get over hungry. And also depends on how you take care of your baby. Is your baby overtired? And then sleep without drinking enough milk. So keep the environment very, very consistent. do the same thing every day. Okay, from they wake up until they sleep. They sleep, always sleep on the same bed. The sameness repetition works well for all babies. It is a metaphor for safety, and that eventually will make parents, how to say, easier for first-time parents to tune into your baby, because you do always the same thing. When there's a slight variation why your baby behavior change, then you can pick it up. If you keep going here, there, after your confinement, right, it is very hard for you to tune into your baby. Okay. Okay, good. So when I answer one question, I always look at the age. I bring you through different ages. We don't treat a 6-month-old like a newborn. We don't treat a newborn like a 6-month-old baby. All different skill set. Earlier on, you need to wake your baby up. After that, you have to see what's the situation like. And you cannot overfeed. Remember, you cannot keep feeding. If within 1 hour you take in 2 plates of chicken rice, what happens to your digestion? You see, there are newborn babies in the new world. Can you keep feeding? You cannot. Can they be hungry? Cannot. They can't sleep well. They'll wake up early. So if your baby sleeps well, you know all things is done right. If not, then something is wrong. You have to avoid that crying. Why is my baby behaving like that? What is going on? So the WORDS technique, like tune in, what is going on? Okay, how do I make it better the next time? How do I keep my baby comfortable? Okay, remember you are also lack of sleep after baby is born. So it is never a one-person job. The more knowledge you have, right, you will be more ready to respond to your child. If not, the cues, the signs are very subtle, the reflex is also very subtle, and then what they say, like being a baby listener, yeah. If you miss it, you miss it. So it can be, like, don't learn from mistakes and stress. It's very stressful. Okay. Everyone is good with this first topic for this week, for today. Do you need to wake your baby up to feed? 宝宝，清楚吗？ Okay Everyone is good Okay, next we go to, do you need to force feed your baby when your baby refuses to drink milk? The thing is, some first-time parents, right, they by instinct, they didn't feel it the right thing to do, like to force feed your child when it's time to feed, or so long never feed, you just need to drink milk, okay? And they are never on fixed schedule, remember. They are never on fixed schedule because they grow so much, they can change a little bit. So keep the environment consistent, so whatever is changing, you can spot it. Like what's normal and not, like for my baby, why like that? You can spot it. So then some parents, initially they didn't feel the right thing to do when they need to force feed. But after that, they really got no choice to know what to do. They can't understand like why, and finally they like just force feed. And once they force feed the baby, right, they actually never regretted, and they force feed for how many months until the baby is what age. So it's how to say, that's why we need to be a baby listener. You understand? You understand? If your baby is hungry, if you think your baby is hungry, but baby refuse to drink milk, Win, you have to refer back to your notes about this. Remember to revise. Because I spent quite a big portion of it talking about feeding issue in my class. Yeah. So you never need to force feed. In case when baby refuses to drink milk, baby is hungry but just moving the head around, and then body tense up, kick, and then still showing the hungry reflex, still saying like, you hear the hungry word and all that, but then baby just refuse to drink milk. So what do you do? 没有说很顺的嘛，就是直接喂他就喝，没有这样顺的嘛，有时候是很乱的，父母真的是新手爸妈会比较棘手的。So what do you do? Remember or not? Win, are you there? So to you, hi, we have a new members coming in. Papa, oh yeah. Fat. I only know how to pronounce your name as Fat. Welcome you. If you have any question, just post in the chat box so I can answer your question first. Is everyone clear so far? Following? So the answer is you don't have to force feed your baby. If your baby is hungry, you confirm your baby is hungry, but body tense up, kick, and moving so much, keep turning around. The bottle is right in front, the tip is inside the mouth. What do? You stop whatever you are doing, pause for 1-2 seconds. You can hold your baby up, change your position, and then apply the WORDS technique. What? Why? Why is my baby hungry but refuse to drink milk? What is going on? You tune in, just change your position, stop whatever you are doing. You don't have to force feed. Okay? Baby tells you exactly what to be done before the next thing. And sometimes it can be one thing after the other when you can do it accordingly to what the react to the reflex, the cues, the sign, and what they say, the word planning. Okay. There is something going on. That's why baby refused to drink milk. Like what is it? So tune in more first before you force feed. Don't force feed. Never force feed. Because it's not a very healthy thing. What do they learn, from force feeding? That there's no instinct already. And when we don't trust our instinct, and when people don't respect what you need, and they only do what needs to be done. If you talk about bonding, understanding your baby, there can be a lot of suppressed emotion, 被压抑的情绪 as they are growing up. But when you can connect, when you can slow down your pace, when you can try to connect and understand your baby from day one, what is going on, and all that, right? Easier for you to tune in and then do the right thing instead of force feeding. Don't over worry, but keep tuning in. Sometimes digestion may take a while longer because there's discomfort. Then what else can you do? You need to do tummy massage. You need to burp, or you need to keep them comfortable. Yeah. That is easier for you to understand what's going on. Is everyone good? So you never need to force feed your baby. Okay, it is not like always a fixed schedule. It is never a fixed schedule unless they are much bigger, like after 1 year old. Okay, then schedule is important. Everyone okay? So let's go to the third topic. Third question, do you need to dream feed your baby? You know what is dream feed? Like they sleep a while, and then you carry them up, and then you feed them while they are half asleep, and then they can go back to sleep, so that they can sleep longer or for whatever reason. So you need to dream feed your baby. Papa, what do you think? Win, what do you think? Fat, what do you think? you are there, then put in the chat box. At least I know you are there. You are not sleeping. Then sometimes you can be away lah. During when you're heavily pregnant and when you have a baby in arms, right, it's not easy to sit through the webinar. Okay. So do you need to dream feed unless under special situation? Unless under special, because their natural reflex is to sleep. So when you dream feed, they will still drink milk. But if it is for the purpose of they can sleep longer at night, it can cause digestion overload. Okay. Yeah, not sure about dream feed or not. Yeah. Only special circumstances, then you need to dream feed, because especially when they cry so much that day, and then they are kind of like too tired to feed. So halfway through you may want to like gently feed them while they are still sleeping, because their natural reflex is to still can drink some milk. So they can really sleep better. But in rare cases, then you do that. But force feeding, you never need to. Dream feed, keep the environment very consistent. What you do every day from the time they wake up until they sleep. Okay. Then, how does it? Yeah. So when you keep the environment very consistent, you hardly need to dream feed your baby. Understand? Okay, is it clear? So remember, well-fed, comfortable, when baby is just starting to feel tired, then it's very easy to get your baby to sleep down. And provided it's not too warm, and then that wakes them up, or if you never swaddle them properly, then subtle reflex and wake them up. And when they are overtired or they sleep too late, then they can't stay asleep longer. They tend to wake up more. So when you keep everything quite consistent, right, it will be easier to manage. Make sense so far? Okay, good. Okay, let's go to the next one. Will my baby lose weight without night feeding? What do you think? Papa, tell me. What do you think? You're the best person to ask. What do you think? What do you think? Because I do have parents who ask me, sometimes they saw me in the bus or somewhere, then my client chat with me. She said she's very tired. I said, why are you so tired? How old is your baby now? 6 months. 6 months? Why are you so tired? At night still wake up for milk. Huh? At night still wake up for milk? Why? Like, why? 6 months already. And then her thinking was, if she never do the night feeding, baby will lose weight. Yeah. And it's on formula feeding, you know. Yeah. So, Papa, what do you think? Will baby lose weight without night feeding? Fred, what do you think? And Win, what do you think? Will baby lose weight without night feeding? For first 2 weeks, because they are small, right? For the first few months, yes, they need feeding, including the night time. But above, say, 3 months, 3.5 months, right? They should be of a good size, good weight, that if you feed enough during the daytime, you don't have to feed them at night. Their sleep through the night can be like 5 hours. Understand? By 5 months, I had a client who asked me, Sharon, is my baby normal or not? My baby could sleep for like, one was 10 hours, the other one was 12 hours. 12 hours. Then is it? 不懂 yeah. So never mind. First time parents, we are here to hear and learn some knowledge. Okay. There's so much to learn and know. Yeah. But we learn along the way. We learn along the way. Will my baby lose weight without night feeding? When they are small, yes lah. Especially the first 2 weeks. When they are of a good size, you should focus on feeding them enough in the awaking daytime. And then nighttime naturally is quieter, is darker, is much less activities going on, like bathing, massage, and entertaining, singing, and all that, all done in the daytime. Nighttime is quieter, so they don't use energy, and they should be able to sleep longer at night. So you don't have to feed them. They will still be able to increase weight and not lose weight. Let me read. I'm using this schedule feed for my son in 24 hours, meaning night time, 12 a.m. I am doing the right thing. My son is 16 days old. 16 days old. 16 days old. Okay, you need to observe. We also need to look at the size of the baby, the birth weight of the baby. So 16 days old only, yeah. Then what happened is you need to observe, is your baby, if you are not sure whether you are overfeeding the baby, then baby is your baby having, okay, what are the signs of overfeeding? Baby can spit up the milk, baby has hiccup, baby is always kicking, always moving when they are placing on the back to face up, and then maybe release a lot of gas, or tummy bloated, or unable to sleep well, or hard to stay asleep, kind of thing. 16 days old. 3 hours later. Okay, in that case, right? In that case, 12, 3, 6, 9. As they are growing, you can increase half an hour. Focus on burping as well. You attended the previous webinar also, right? We talked about feeding. No, we talked about burping. So if your baby wakes up, body relaxed, not crying, not screaming, not highly unsettled, you don't wake your baby up to sleep, because now it's 14 days already. Gain back the birth weight already, right? And it's growing weight, it's putting on weight well. Yeah, so then you don't have to feed when it is time to feed. Observe when your baby is hungry. Then keep the timing. The two timing that you need to keep track closely is waking up time, diet time, because that is their natural cycle. It can change from time to time as they are going through a different stage of growth and development. But you always need to tune in to see what is the good timing for them. Don't always need to wake your baby up to feed. You understand? Yeah, don't always need to. When you are stressed out, what do you do? When you are like not sure what is going on, what do you do? Keep your baby close to you. Tune in more. And then do the 4-8 breathing techniques. You never learn that one, huh? You never learn. Out breath double the counts of in breath. You calm yourself down first. Because it is quite natural for you to be feeling like tired and a bit overwhelmed because baby needs our 24 hours care. It's not only about the first year, the first few months. After baby is 1 year old and all that, it also requires a lot of our energy. It's very common that baby can just fall off the seat, roll off the changing mat, the changing table, or what. Like last time when my husband went overseas to work for a short trip, right? I somehow maybe I don't know lah. When he was not around, when I was taking care of my baby boy, that time already like 1 year plus. But the thing is, my baby boy always got injured when my husband was on overseas trip. Somehow maybe that maybe I always hands-on a lot with my babies, but I wanted him to rest because he is working the following day, right? But somehow when he's at home, he's in Singapore, my baby was okay. But when he just every time business trip, then my baby was always like got something on, and then fell until got the bruise on the eyes, or bakat. Always got something on. Yeah. Those were the days. So remember, you don't have to wake your baby up to feed. You just, and when your baby don't want to drink milk, then you think about what, why. Think about what, why your baby behave like that. What's going on. Tune in first, tune in first. Don't keep feeding when it's time to feed. Afraid that baby is hungry, or afraid that baby is not putting on weight. It's not like that. Okay. Baby actually tells you exactly what is going on. Okay. Yeah. So can be 3.5 hours, allows time for the digestion to take place. Keep feeding is very, very uncomfortable. And they never need to feel uncomfortable inside the womb. So outside the womb, we have to keep them tummy comfy, trap air bubbles or burp out, and then feeding just at the right time. Don't put your baby down too soon after feeding. Focus on burping. Papa, go and listen to my previous webinar. By the way, Papa, when is your EDD? Tell me, when is your EDD? So when your baby is after 3.5 months or 4 months old, right? When you feed enough during the daytime, nighttime they don't need, because they can drink more milk compared to when they are younger, and they are bigger in size, stomach bigger. They can actually take in more milk, and that can last longer. So you don't have to feed them at night, and they will not lose weight. Understand? Papa, when's your EDD? So next, let's go to, can I feed my baby water? You know, I did home visit sometimes. And then when the baby woke up, right, the parents are all ready to give 1 small teaspoon of water to feed the baby. And it is the baby was less than 1 month old. Then I say, no, 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 no. In the olden times, right, it didn't seem to be a problem to feed water. Okay, now it seems like doctor always advise don't feed water. When you're feeding, breastfeeding, oh, 9/11 ah, !aiyo! Very close anytime lah, anytime. 9/11. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, 9/11 Oh yeah, yeah. 9/11. So 怎么讲？Okay, I would suggest 你 access 那个 Zoom recording，先上那个 advanced class 啊，因为讲到生产的东西嘛。Then after right, because what happened is when you sign up, right, you have access to the, because of your case is too near, and my next class is on the 8th and 9th, on the 1st and 2nd. It's too near, it's already next month. Too close to your EDD. And you can birth any time also. I ever had client, right, who came for class during toilet break time. The water also broke. And then stop the class halfway, prepare her, to go to the hospital, all wet. Then prepare her to go to the hospital. Use towel lah, 什么的, yeah. Send them to the drop-off point, waiting for the taxi. Got such case before. So too near cannot. Can't focus also, and can get overwhelmed. That's not the purpose. So attend via Zoom first, and then come for Zoom, then attend via live Zoom. 明白吗？有 recording 先听 recording. Anyway, the advanced class for this year only access via Zoom. The last class was in 17th of September. And the rest of the year, this year, no more advanced class. Only module 1 to module 4. Okay, 所以那个就会 prepare you for childbirth. Then after that, you have a choice of like Zoom recording. Okay, 就是那个课比较好的选出来，然后你可以 access 那个 recording， 就你随时link click on 你就可以去听课。Okay, then 生完过后你还可以继续听。还有就是在教Zoom live class 的时候，你可以在线上听 live classes。然后还有这个 webinar you can ask question. So that one is better. Okay, good. Can I feed my baby water? If you are breastfeeding, the initial milk is initially the cholesterol. First few days, everyone will have cholesterol. Thereafter, like between 4 days or that few days, slowly the white milk will comes in. When the white milk comes in, the initial fod milk is watery. That is already a lot of water content. And then as the baby continue to feed on the same breast, the fatty milk will be different. Okay, so that's why don't need to feed water. But water is then very important. You don't feed water, then how is baby growing up going to get used to the no taste of the water and have that habit of drinking water? Our body is made up of how many percent water? It is a lot, So when we don't get enough water, also cannot, right? Yeah. So what happens is their stomach is small. If you always keep feeding water, it takes up space in the stomach, and baby can't get enough nutrients from the milk. Okay, even for formula, you cannot dilute too much. So giving water is not a concern. Why? Last time. Why? Because last time when, milk, the formula milk, right, is costly to some families. And they cannot finish it up so fast. They don't have that financial means. to keep purchasing for the baby. So what they do is they add more water to dilute it, and then it can last longer. So that's what they can afford. So it never seems to be a problem with water back then because of the the financial situation. But now it seems like a big problem. Okay, so the basic is you cannot feed water, especially the first month baby. But if let's say baby is constipated and all that, you may need to change formula, but not giving too much of water, including the bottle, right? When it is too warm or too hot, you cannot just add hot water to warm it up or cold water to cool it down, and then right temperature then feed. That is equal to giving extra water. Understand? So how do you warm up the milk? How do you make formula? You put warm water first. You put your scoop of formula according to the recommendation on the tin, and then you shake this way, not like that, not like that. You shake this way, and then you can release some air from the tip first, a little bit from the tip first, because you still need the air to make it flow. Okay, and then you feed the baby. Turn the baby towards you a little bit when you feed, not directly facing up, because the gravity will make the flow like harder for baby to manage. Okay, when they are 6 months old to 8 months old, they are on semi-solid food. Most of the purees they are taking is high in water content. And if you feed extra water, more water, right, they will they can't get enough nutrients. Basically, is that reason. And how much water that you feed, and then the kidney cannot handle, then can get intoxication and all that. Not to that extreme lah. How much can you feed? How much we adults can drink until our kidney cannot handle that? That is a lot, that is a lot. So if it happens in baby, nobody will feed the baby so much water until the kidney cannot handle, right? So it's more of a diluting of the nutrients. Okay. So whatever extra water that you feed, when you bring baby for routine checkup, please check with the gynae. There's a certain formula for them to calculate whether it's safe. Okay. But you do need to give them, like whether it's hot, give them a teaspoon as they are growing up after 6 months. So you can still give them above 1 month. You can give them teaspoon of water. If feeding and passing to the mother or direct latch or whatever didn't work, the final resort is to give 1 teaspoon of water. Boiled, cool down water. Not special water, just normal boiled cool down water. Okay? Is it good? Everyone is good? Clear? Okay, the last is, can I feed my baby honey water? Honey water, right, the thing is not suitable for baby less than 1 year old. The reason is because the same bacteria in the dust and in the air, right, is easy to be in the honey as well. So not suitable for less than 1 year old. Okay, the serious situation is where it will affect the heart muscle, so it can threaten life. So no honey water less than 1 year old. So I'm glad you stay until the end. We shall end our, hold on, hold on, I stop. Okay, so thank you for paying full attention and with me throughout the 90 minutes. I hope this week sharing benefits you. Okay, do join my private Telegram group to post your question and baby cries video if you have any. Okay. and we shall end our webinar now. Okay, thank you everybody.